It was an intuitive thing. The moment I walked through the doors into one of the wool stores in Sydney, I knew what I was going to do. And just walking the aisles and the floors of those old wool stores was just amazing. It comes back to this fibre that you can just do so much with it. What we're doing here at Woolerina, Matt, is we are selecting the wool from the sheep, directly from the sheep, and taking it through to a finished product. So what we have here is the actual greasy wool that we're using in some of our fabrics. We're then having it scoured. So we're just literally washing the wool to remove some of the grease, some of the dirt, and some of the burrs. But you can see that there's still some burrs left here. From there, we're then moving on to the combing process, where the wool is just simply combed to remove any remaining vegetable matter or burrs, and taking out some of the short fibres. What we want to finish up with is a nice, long, even fibre to create our yarns for knitting. So from the top stage, we're going into the spinning stage, where we're simply drawing the wool out to create our yarns. From the yarn stage, we move on to the knitting stage. And at the knitting point, we're making fabrics here in various weights to create our garments. And to create these different weights, we knit it slightly differently. We might use a slightly thinner or thicker yarn, or we might actually ply the yarn to make our fabrics. From the fabric stage, we go on to dyeing, where we're going to create our colour palette, and then from after the fabrics are dyed, we're then moving into cutting and sewing the various garments that we make. And you can see here, even though it's on camera, you can see the difference in the weights of these garments. And they're all designed so that we can do different things. This could be a base layer. This is more definitely an outer garment. And some of these products can be worn as lightweight t-shirts. So that's what we're on about, knowing exactly what we're producing from the raw material to the finished article. I guess from a personal point of view, Matt, I don't want to be an icebreaker, but I would certainly like to treble the size of our business at least. So it's very important that, one, we know what the fibre is that we're buying, but just as and equally as important is knowing how the animals have been treated and how the land has been treated. That's extremely important to me. But I'm looking at it saying, what else can we do? What else we can do? Are we going to tweak the design? Are we going to change something here, tweak this or whatever? And then Ian stepped into the picture and said, what about printing? And I thought, yeah, this is something else that we could look at. It's been exciting having signature prints on board. It's refreshing, and it's certainly creating a lot of interest. With the signature prints on board now, and I'll be seeing Helen again next week, if we can get the volumes growing, then I really think the world's our oyster.